Hello everyone, welcome to IACT e-learning module. I am Manawar Ali. As you all have watched our last video that was all about making a resume. Yes, today I have came up with a new topic called top 10 important tips for an interview. Yes, today we are going to discuss the top 10 important tips which you have to prepare before going to an interview. Let's start with the first point we have is what's the job description. Yes, you need to know the requirement of the job. You need to know the required skill, the required quality, all those information which you need to know before going to an interview about the job. You will get it in the job description. So before going to an interview, kindly go through the job descriptions which you have for the post which you are applying. Yes, there you can know the number of vacancies which is available, or you can know the minimum training period where after getting hired, you are going to attend your minimum training period also. Job description states you the specification of the positions. Yes, it gives you the information all about the position which is vacant or which is going to be hired or which is going to be filled. Next point we have is what are your qualification and qualities you must know. Yes, whatever qualification you have mentioned in your resume and the qualities that would be your strength and all, so you should prior know that before going to the interview. You should know the information, or you should have the information about the qualification, the degree which you are holding with you, which you have mentioned in the resume. Yes, the quality about you should speak is, you can say that being honest or handling critical situation, or whatever quality which you think that you have in you can you can present it in front of the interviewer. You can prepare for yourself before going an interview. Next question we have is what research you have done about the company. In this question, you have to analyze before going to the interview. Before going to the interview, you have to know everything about the company, just like the company's detail, what the actually company do. In this question, you have to do certain research before going to an interview regarding the company. First, you should know what is the company all about, what does the company do in actually, right? Don't go ever blank in an interview without knowing anything about the company. This is not going to help you, right? This is the clear rejection method. You will not be able to qualify the interview. So have some knowledge about the company before going to the interview. So what are the points that you need to remind about the company, right? So you need to remember about the company establishment, when it was. You need to know the history of the company. You need to know about the competitors of the company. You need to know a little bit about the USP of the company, what the company is planning and how it is dealing in the market, right? What are the status, or what is the growth rate of the company, you can say. And you also have to find out the culture of the company, how the culture of the company looks like. You can get the information. The best way to get the company cultures information is to visit the social site of the company, right? You can get it through it. That's all. And like this, you have to do certain research about the company. So have some research on the company which you are going to apply for an interview, and then go to the interview. Have some knowledge about the company. That was my concern. Next question we have is how do you plan your journey for the interview? How do you plan your journey for an interview? Whenever we go for any event tour or anything, we have a plan, like what will be the perfect time that we should go out, we should come out from our house, or we should leave our house, and what will be the lunch time, or what will be the breakfast time, everything. So this all includes in the plan, right? So I would also suggest you, before going to an interview, you should plan your journey a day before. First of all, make it out where you have to go for the interview the next morning, and see what is the time taken, by what will be the time that you will take to reach out the destination. So by car, or it depends on what medium you are going to take for the transportation, right? Whether it will be a metro, or whether it will be a bus, or your personal vehicle you are having, or you can go through it, or you can just have a practice before going actually to the interview. One day before, just going back and checking whether what time does it, how much time you take it to reach up to the location, exact location. Where if you're going by your personal car or your personal vehicle, you can see whether there is a place for the parking or not. So these are the things that you have to mention, or you have to take care of in your before going to an interview. Next question we have is, what is the best way to carry your resume and the other documents? Yes, I have seen many people, many candidates bringing up or coming up with their resume, folding it, just keeping in the pocket, just they don't care, just making a roll on it. So this is very bad thing. You should never ever do like this. Make sure your resume is being print out very clearly, and which should be very digital print. It should be very digital print. It throw a positive impact in the eyesight of the interviewer. So your resume should be very neat and clean, and the supporting documents which you have with you, or you have mentioned in the resume, you need to carry all those documents. You should carry all those documents with your resume in a proper binder, or in a proper file, zip file, which you will protect it if it rains outside while going to the interview also, right? So you need to just keep all those documents, supporting documents as well with the resume, in case if you are hired, in case if the HR, normally HR doesn't ask for that, but in case if they ask you, you will be available, you will surely provide them on the period, on the spot. Next, I would say, try to keep several photocopies of your resume, because in case if you need it to provide it to the other HR. And also try to keep few passport size photograph, which should be in professional attire, which should look professional, and colored passport size photograph. And I would ask you guys, if you don't know the format of resume, and if you are a fresher, I have made a video on how to prepare a resume for fresher. So for that, you can click on the link below in the description, and you can just watch the video and have an idea how to make a resume. Moving on to our next question, we have, what should be your body language? Body language, yes, body language, how you're going to maintain your body language before going to an interview, or what you have to do in order to make improvement in your body language, so that it would throw a good impression in front of the HR in an interview. First of all, I would suggest you try to speak confidently. That is also a good part of your being body language, okay? And try speaking confidently and concisely. Your body movement and the posture should be perfect. Your sitting position and walking position should be perfect. It also shows the quality of good body language. And you should also maintain eye-to-eye contact with whom you are speaking in an interview place where you have been there for an interview. Or you also have to keep in your mind that while you are waiting for your turn at the place of the interview, the interviewer might be watching you through the CCTV camera. So you need not to move or provide many movements which is not required at the time. So you need to control out your movements, right? The interviewer might be watching you in his CCTV camera, that how you are acting, or how your body movement is, right? Or he might be checking you just throughout the interview period time, that what is your patience level. He might be checking your patience level. So likewise, you need to be patient, and you need to be perfect with your sitting and walking position. Okay, so that's the point you have to include in your body language. Moving on to the next point, we have what are the questions you have to prepare before an interview. Yes, what are those important questions which you have to prepare before going to an interview? I would suggest you have to prepare, and you will just type it on your internet or in your laptop, that top 10 interview question or top 15 interview questions, right? But make sure I'm going to provide it ready made. It is already done, and which I have made it in my first video, which you can go through and which you will find it out the link below this video. The description of the link is below this video, and you can just click on that and you will find out the link to that video where you will find out the important questions. And one more suggestion I would like to give you guys, that do prepare all those questions which are also least asked question in an interview. You never know the mind of the HR whenever he may ask or she may ask you the question which is not being frequently asked. Yes, that's all. So you can find out the link below in the video, and you can watch the video and you can have preparation for yourself. Moving on to the next question we have is, how should you dress yourself? It is simple. You should carry white shirt and black pant for boys, for girls as well. But it is simple. You can carry white shirt and black pant for boys and girls as well. Or you can dress yourself according to your job role. And if you're carrying a tie, boys, if you're carrying a tie, make sure that the tip of the tie touches the buckle of your belt. Only it should touch the buckle of your belt. And if you're carrying a blazer, just try carrying a blazer which will be of light color, or you can go for the navy blue color. That will suit you and that will look more professional. Okay, make yourself well groomed. Boys, have clean shaved. Do not have shave on your face. You should have a clean shaved. You should look neat and clean, and make sure that you don't carry informal clothes while going to the interview. Don't do over makeups, or you should look natural in an interview, or don't just apply too much perfume or incense. Moving on to our next point is, we have what are the experiences you should share. You should try having your experience, and you should relate it to the requirement that the interviewer is going to have or is having, right? You will find it out in the reading before the job description, that what are the requirements, what are the skills that the job is asking for or the interviewer is asking for. So you have to see and you have to analyze in yourself whether you have or that kind of experiences which can be related to the position, to the required position. Or one suggestion I would like to give you, that don't just by heart and go. You don't just memorize it about your experience, and also that you will just split it out in front of the interviewer in an interview. You need to know what are your experiences, and you need to learn it, you need to practice it before going to the interview. So likewise, you can relate your experiences to the required position which an interviewer is seeking, which will help you in getting success in an interview. Moving on to the next point we have is, what should you do to overcome the nervousness? I've seen many people being nervous before an interview. So guys, if you are that kind of people who used to get nervous before going to an interview, just leave it out. Don't be nervous, because being nervous is not going to help you clear your interview. So there are some tips which I'm going to tell you which will help you out in just overcoming your nervousness. First of all, I would suggest you that try making out to the destination of the interview or the office of the interview before the actual time, before 15 minutes or let's say 20 minutes. You should try reaching out the interview place or the venue place before 15 minutes, which will make you being present first among the rest of the candidate and help help in building up confidence in you. Yes, you will be very confident over there by reaching out early among the others. You can also apply a method of taking a deep breath, but not showing it or not being open too much at the place where you are sitting. Just quietly having a deep breath, which will help you overcome the nervousness situation. Or you can think of a special moment which you had in past time related to your life and which is quite enjoying moments, which will help you in overcoming your nervousness. You should also don't have any kind of language barrier with yourself while having an interview. Your interviewer will allow it. Okay, so guys, these were the point which I have discussed with you and which you have to keep in your mind and you have to practice it before going to an interview. I hope this point will be useful for you whenever you will go for an interview. So moving on to our one page where you can see that you should dress appropriately, you should show up before time, and you should never ever use your phone. You should have greet and smile with yourself already when you are going to an interview. You should be a good listener too. You should ask question which should be appropriate one, and lastly giving a thank you note to whomever you met over there. So never ever forget to thank the person or thank the interviewer. So likewise, we came to the end of this video. I hope you must have liked it, guys. Thank you very much.